The new iOS 17 is here, and here are some of the cool stuff you can now do. Firstly, we have a new feature called Name Drop, and with this you'll be able to transfer things like phone numbers and also be able to transfer things like photos with nearby iPhones running iOS 17. The way you do this is you have to go into settings first and activate it. So you have to go to settings and then get yourself into general, go into AirDrop, and then also make sure you switch this toggle on, which is bring devices together. Now, once that's done, you'll be able to do something like this, which is pretty cool. So once they're connected together, you'll be able to then send photos with the other person. And if they don't show up on here, you'll be able to easily just bang them together and send photos from each other. Next feature is contact posters. So this way, when people ring you, they'll see a poster that you've created for yourself. So under phone settings, you'll be able to change what this looks like, especially when people call you. So you get to continue. This is me, this is my name. I can have a new photo put on there. I can have emoji, I can have just my initials on there. It depends on how I want the poster to look like. So for example, if I went to photos, I can go on here, select maybe this one here. That's a cool picture. Put that one there, that's my name, or I can change the way the name appears as well. I can make it bolder, you can make it lighter, change the colors, exactly how you want it. You can even crop the picture as well, or make it fill the screen. Click done, save it, click continue. Click continue again. Now you see what it looks like when you call people and you share contact with people. This is what it's going to look like. Here we are. That's nicely updated for you. So you can also have that as an emoji if you prefer to do so. Next, we have standby mode, which looks pretty cool. This just makes your iPhone a bit more functional as a bedside clock or just a notice board, for example. So if we go to settings, you have to activate that first. So you go to standby and you can select all these toggles that we have here. And then once you've done that, all you need to do is have this on a MagSafe or Qi charging sort of stand, have it in landscape mode, and it's good to go. Next thing that's new on here as well is crossfading when playing music. So whether you listen to radio on there, whether you listen to your favorite playlist, you'll be able to have a better fade between songs and so on. So if you go down to settings and then music, you can go all the way to crossfade, and on crossfade, you just have to toggle that on, and then you can adjust the seconds as well, so the timing you want the fade to go in. So 1 to 2 seconds, all the way to 12 seconds, I'd say something like 1 to 2 seconds is probably the best option. Next up is stickers. So with this one, you'll be able to create stickers using different images like your dog, yourself, doing different things. And it can be a fun way to share different type of messaging. So we go to add on here. We have this nicely laid out menu. We click stickers. And then it uses some of the photos that you've got in your gallery, like live photos, for example, and you can add that into your stickers option. So for example, I have this photo that I've taken already, so that turns into a sticker that I can then send on to my friends or anyone else. Next, we have widgets. You're able to create widgets before, but they don't do anything interactive without having to go into the actual app itself. But now, on the widgets itself, you can do things. For example, this is my home system, so I can just turn lamp off, for example, on here, without having to actually go into the home application and do anything. That also works for things like music and notes and to-do list and so on. So you can just tap them off on the screen without having to go into the notes app itself. Next feature is in your health app. So in here, you can log your emotions and moods on a daily basis, almost like a journal system. So it supports your mental well-being by doing so. So you can begin, you can do how do you feel right now, click next, and just log your feeling and just say, well, actually, I feel very pleasant today at the moment right now. You can answer all these questions. I'm excited for the iOS 17, fitness, whatever, and click done. And that will log your daily mood and feeling. So that way, it's just a nice little thing to keep track of your mental state. And it's pretty cool that they've added that on here. Back to the keyboard and messaging, they've also improved your things like autocorrection, which I can't really demo right now because it's still learning the way that I type things and the way that I speak. But what will happen is, for example, if you're one of those people who likes to swear in your text, it's not going to autocorrect now to things like duck. It's just going to come out as that because that's what you want. And then it takes into account your context as well of what you type in. So when you're saying things like chilling, you might change it to your tone of voice, which is more like chillax or something like that, which is pretty cool. Another thing is you can just press and hold this plus button now and it will load up your gallery. So that way you can quickly share images without having to go manually into gallery and dig deeper into your photos and so on. So you can just tap that, send, and you're good to go. Another cool thing is in camera. So now we have camera level. So when you're taking photos, it shows like a little leveling thing on the screen, as you can see there. See that line there? So that way you can see how level your photos are. So when you're taking photos, make sure that they're straight And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. For someone who likes symmetry, that will come in very handy for me. Another cool update is when it comes to Siri. So it's probably going to pick it up any minute now. But now you can just call it without having to say, hey Siri. So now it picks up the language, and then it's contextual as well. So you can carry on with a conversation. So for example, we can say, Siri, what's the weather like?
It's currently windy and 18 degrees.
So yeah, it's just a better way to make things work, and it just sounds better, more interactive, and it's just better, much intuitive. So that's some of the cool stuff that's new on the iOS 17. Let me know which one's your favorite, and if you want to know more about any particular one, let me know in the comments below. Follow for more videos like this one.